Welcome back to Netrush Report, your home for everything tennis, the drama, the passion, and the untold stories behind every serve and every headline. If you love the game beyond the scoreline, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because this one dives deep into a rivalry that's become more about emotions than points. It was one of the most intense women's finals Roland Garros has seen in years. Aryna Sabalenka, the powerhouse from Belarus, looked destined to finally lift that elusive French Open trophy. After taking the first set 7-6 in a nail-biting tiebreak, she seemed in control until Coco Gauff flipped the script. The American prodigy stormed back, winning 6-7, 5, 6-2, 6-4, a comeback that not only crowned her as a two-time Grand Slam champion, but also symbolized her maturity and grit under pressure. But what came after the final sparked a different kind of storm. During her post-match interview, Sabalenka made headlines, and not for the right reasons. She said that her loss wasn't because Coco Gauff played unbelievable tennis, but because she herself played stupid. Fans took that as a slight. Critics accused her of arrogance, of refusing to give Coco her due credit. The internet lit up, hashtags, think pieces, debates. The narrative was set. Sabalenka was salty in defeat. But now, months later, Danielle Collins, never one to mince words, has stepped in to challenge that story. On the Gay Tennis podcast, Collins gave fans a different perspective. She didn't excuse Sabalenka's remarks, but she humanized them. According to Collins, people underestimate how mentally and physically exhausting life at the top really is. Aryna Sabalenka was friggin' tired, Collins said. You could see it in her eyes, in her body language. After weeks of nonstop matches, media, expectations, it takes a toll. And sometimes, when you're that drained, your words don't come out the way you mean them. Collins' point resonated with players who've been in that same position, losing a final, facing cameras, and being expected to sound perfectly composed while running on fumes. And when you think about it, she's right. Sabalenka had been battling not just her opponents, but also herself, her emotions, her inconsistency, and the weight of the #1 ranking. She came into that French Open final carrying enormous pressure. It wasn't just about the trophy. It was about proving she could win on clay, about silencing critics who said her power game wouldn't hold up on slower surfaces. So, when it all fell apart, her raw reaction, that unfiltered comment, came from fatigue more than arrogance. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff's response couldn't have been more different. When she was asked about Sabalenka's comments on Good Morning America, Coco didn't throw shade. She didn't fire back. Instead, she showed empathy. Honestly, I think Aryna was just emotional, Gauff said. She's a competitor. I get it. We've all said things after matches that we might have phrased differently later. That's when Danielle Collins doubled down on her respect for Coco, calling her response the definition of maturity. Coco didn't feed the drama, Collins added. She understood it came from a place of frustration, not disrespect. And that's what makes her such a great role model. What's fascinating is how both women moved on after that heated moment. Instead of letting it turn into an ongoing feud, Gauff and Sabalenka turned heads again at Wimbledon, but this time for something completely different. During a practice session, the two were seen laughing, joking, even dancing together. A far cry from the tension that had gripped Paris just weeks earlier. The clip went viral. Fans couldn't believe how quickly the rivalry had transformed into camaraderie. For many, it proved that sometimes the fiercest competitors can still respect, and even like, each other when the dust settles. And now, fast forward to the present. Both players are in Wuhan, China, for the 2025 Wuhan Open. Sabalenka enters as the defending champion, and Gauff as the rising threat hungry for more success. It's a poetic continuation of their story, from tense rivals to mutual motivators. Collins' defense of Sabalenka adds another layer. A reminder that elite athletes are human. They crack under pressure. They misspeak. They learn. And that's what fans sometimes forget in this era of instant judgment. When Sabalenka said what she said, maybe it wasn't pride. Maybe it was pain, frustration, and exhaustion wrapped in the adrenaline of defeat. As Collins put it, you can't always be graceful in every moment, but you can still be a great champion. And in many ways, both Sabalenka and Gauff have shown that greatness isn't just about lifting trophies. It's about how you grow from every loss, every criticism, every misunderstood word. So what do you think? Was Sabalenka out of line? Or do you agree with Danielle Collins that she was just human in that moment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest from the world of tennis, from heated rivalries to powerful comebacks. This is NetRush Report, where passion meets perspective, and every story serves more than just the score.